Ms. Abeda, unless you prefer someone else go first.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So thank you for your time. I am here to share my, I'm representing myself and my two babies that were aborted. And I just want to clarify that I was in my second trimester and they told me that it was a blob of tissue and it was not. When I got to the clinic, they lied and they said that it was a blob of tissue. They said that it was too late. When I said I changed my mind, I laid on the table and I was screaming and I was kicking and I said I didn't want to do it anymore. And when the doctor left, I can still see the tank with the fluid and my baby that big in there. And I can tell you, it's not a blob of tissue. It was my baby. And nobody ever said, Anita, you will regret this for the rest of your life. Anita, you'll be depressed. Anita, you'll be suicidal. Anita, you'll want your babies. And these women that talk about it today so lightly, it's not. Like, I lived a lie for so many years and I didn't let anybody close to me. I didn't want anybody to know me. They can only see this that I let them see. I didn't let them see the real me that felt unworthy, that felt unloved, that felt that I didn't deserve anything because of what I did. What can I say? Oh, I killed my baby? No, I couldn't. I had nobody to go to. And I carried that burden for 30 years, over 30 years. And I finally, thank God, he led me someplace where I could share and I could express how I felt and I could, name my babies and give them life and give them dignity, not life, but acknowledge their life. And, I know, thank God, that they today are in heaven. I do know that. And I do know that I've been forgiven. And I know that I help women now all the time, but their stories are the same. I heard voices when, I thought it was my children calling me and I kept hearing voices at night. And it wasn't that, it was just the awful memory of the act that I did. And it is not a single act, and anybody that comes in here and says that it is a lie. It is painful. Having a baby ripped from your stomach, it is painful, and I will regret it. I thank God that the sting of that pain is gone now, but I still will regret it. And so I'm representing, yes, the babies, but the women too that are suffering. They are out there and they're suffering, but they're too ashamed to say. And I was that person.
I'm so sorry to cut you off. I did let you go quite a bit over time because you're telling such a personal story. Thank you for sharing with us tonight. Other questions from the committee for this panel? Representative Luck.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My question is for you, Ms. Abeda. First, thank you for giving your testimony and sharing so openly and vulnerably. We heard earlier in this hearing from an OBGYN who expressed that it was common practice for her and she believes for others as well within that area of medicine not to receive full informed consent. And you're speaking to that as well, that you didn't receive full informed consent. Under this bill, there is a section, it says a public entity, so we can say the state, right, the government, shall not interfere with, and I'm just taking pieces out of this, with an individual's fundamental right to have an abortion in the regulation of information. And so my question to you is, do you think it would be appropriate for the state to pass this without any additional amendments that would say that a doctor needs to get informed consent? Because the way that I read this, if we were to regulate the medical profession and require that they do receive informed consent from their patients, it would be in violation of this law. Do you think that the law should stand in that way, or should it be amended to ensure that all women receive informed consent?
Ms. Abeda.
Oh, sorry. I don't kind of fully follow you, but I do believe that they need to be fully informed. I do believe that because I think that I was lied to. I know that I was lied to. I didn't know at the time, I was 14. And even when I said that I changed my mind and I didn't want to do it, she said it was too late, but yet when I went in that room, and like I said, I was laying there and I was screaming, and he stopped and he went out, And at that point, that's when I seen in that tank that it was fully a baby. It was not a blob of tissue like they said.